Namaste and good evening, my friends from Goa. Goa, the well-known beauty of the West Coast, famous for its scenic beaches, swaying palms, lush rainfalls, and also its rich cultural heritage, which makes it a treasure trove for literature enthusiasts. It has produced some great writers like Lakshman Rao Sardesai, R.V. Patil, Shenoy Goibab, and Ravindra Kelkar, among many more. In this context, it seems perfect to have this literary event, the Right Circle. I, Gauripriya Paikane, Aisas Women of Goa, welcome you all to this special evening, the Right Circle. The Right Circle is a platform organized by Prabha Kaitan Foundation under many of its literature initiatives. It is burdened to bring together authors, readerships of English literature and language in a close, engaging, and informal setting. The sessions are structured around the life and work of the author, followed by interaction with the audience. The Right Circle started its journey from Jaipur and now has conducted sessions across India and even overseas in Oxford, Birmingham, New York, and Oslo. Today's event is in collaboration with Taj Siddharthi Goa, media partner Lokman, and the tireless support of Aisas Women of Goa. Today we have a very special personality whose work speaks volumes, and we are honored to have you, Mrs. Smita Jayakar. But before we dive into the most awaited conversation of the evening, let me take a couple of minutes and introduce to you Prabha Kaitan Foundation. The Prabha Kaitan Foundation is a non-profitable trust committed to humanitarian and socio-cultural causes. Late Dr. Prabha Kaitan established it as a charitable trust in the early 1980s. Based in Kolkata, it is committed to supporting women's empowerment, gender equality, literature, culture, children's welfare, social causes, arts and performing arts. Late Dr. Prabha Kaitan was an eminent Indian philanthropist, social worker, entrepreneur, and feminist who established the foundation and is embodied in a very famous words, Karan Bhi Jeevan Hai, work is life. Charting a glorious 40-year journey, the foundation has gone only from strength to strength by launching many initiatives to further the cause that Dr. Kaitan has envisaged. PKF organizes authors' meets, book launches, literature fest, panel discussions, boutique festivals, and events of performing arts. The foundation curates the best of events to widen the spectrum of language and literature, be it English, Hindi, or regional. Authors and artists connect with their niche audience through diversified events like Kalam, Kitab, Ek Mukalat, Tet Loves, Sur or Saj, Muskan, Rahat, Karuna, and so on. To create awareness in the community, we uphold one pressing social issue every month. We are elated to share the 3-time Grammy Award winner, Ricky Cage, the man behind the signature power tune of Prabha Kaitan Foundation, who has curated 12 amazing musical pieces to score across videos invites of social and events on the social platform. This April, the cause of the month is Earth Day. Music of the month is a tribute to the sport Kabaddi. Now let me introduce to you the author for today's evening, Mrs. Smita Jayakar. Smita Jayakar, as a veteran actress, she has been a part of 23 blockbuster Bollywood movies like Devdas, Hum Dil Di Chuke Sanam, Sarfarosh, Mujhse Dosti Karoge, Ajab Prem Ki Gajab Kahani, or many more. The author of 3 life-changing books and a transformative speaker. Certified in 36 healing modalities, a facet beyond her well-known self, working for over 37 years, exploring and self-experimenting with a gamut of various holistic healing techniques. I've been following you on Instagram and it's really satisfying. Her spiritual learning stretches across the globe. It started in Mumbai and various states of India and has traveled to Asia, America and Europe. As we progress through the evening, I'm sure we'll unfold a lot more about you. To moderate today's conversation, we have our very own Mrs. Vaishali Joshi. Vaishali Joshi is an alumni of the prestigious BITS Pilani, and after her double masters in physics and management, dabbled in many professions, including advertising, trading, manufacturing, teaching, and marketing. She is currently the founder and CEO of the V Factor, a brand advisory service company showcasing lifestyle products and services pan India and overseas. She is a great theatre enthusiast and has performed live. She is also associated with the Prafulla Davanukar Art Foundation and the Sadhya Theatre Festival and has compared many shows pan-Asia. Over to you, Vaishali.
So good evening, Smita, Smita, I may call you that. Yes. And the wonderful audience here this evening. I'm sure you're as excited as I am. Everybody knows Smita Jayakar as one of the most well-known mother figures in the film industry, in the Hindi film industry rather. And I'm extremely grateful to the Prabha Khaitan Foundation for having given me this opportunity to have this tete-a-tete with this eminent actress, and as our person who welcomed us, Gaurapriya said, that she is also got a completely different facet of her life, which I think we will unpack today. Because I think not many of us know about that particular aspect, and it's amazing how she seamlessly tends to, combine both those. One is the outer world, one is the inner world, and she straddles both those segments absolutely seamlessly and beautifully. So it's a total pleasure, and I think everybody here, all the audience members, are very, very excited to get into knowing you much better. As they say, let's start at the very beginning, a very good place to start. So I know this is probably a hackneyed question for you, and you've answered it several times, but you're a lawyer, you've done your law, you belong to a family of eminent lawyers, and your father-in-law was a solicitor general, your mother-in-law is a social worker, was a social worker, and of course your husband is an extremely well-known lawyer. So how did acting happen? How did you get into acting?
I think I was just destined to be an actress. I had no dream of becoming one, ever.
Oh, okay.
So things just fell in my lap. I think it was karmic that I had to give back to the divine what the divine has given me. And with my spiritual work, that's what I'm doing, giving back whatever I have received from someone out there. So acting happened on this day, at least the reality of it. There was a time when my children they're just 1 year apart from each other. They started going to school suddenly, so there was a vacuum in my life. I didn't know what to do. I said, now what to do? I mean, what do I do? What do I do? So that time only Doordarshan was there, so I used to watch things on Doordarshan, and suddenly it struck. I said, let me become an announcer or a newsreader or something of that sort. So I took my application to the director and the television center. It was very close to my house, so I went there. Unfortunately, the director was out of town. But I met this gentleman who did some very boring Marathi programs back in the days. Which is Kaide Vishayat Sallah, Kotachi Pairi, I don't know almost have heard of those. I don't know if you have seen them, but they're not missing anything, let me tell you that. So I met him, his name was Sudeep Patakar, he's no more. So he said, Madam, तुम्ही कशासाठी इथे आल्या? You'll understand Marathi?
Yes.
So I said, मला हे application द्यायचं होतं. तर ते नाही येत मुंबईत, म्हटलं लक्षात आलं माझ्या. तुम्ही काय तुमचं शिक्षण झालंय? म्हणजे मी लॉ केलं. हो का? तुम्ही माझ्या कॅबिनमध्ये या. म्हटलं कशा? I didn't ask him कशाला because so I just followed him. He said, बघूया काय होतंय. So he said, I'm looking for a lawyer anchor. Diwali was just round the corner. He said, I'm doing a Diwali special. But I want a lawyer who's an anchor. You look moderate. And that time, if you're in the legal profession, you know Baba Sahib Bhosle and Shirokar, all those three of them were there. Justice Manohar and all those people, none of them are existing except me. So, so he said this is going to be the program. He said you have to anchor the program, compare the program. Now these words I've heard. I said, what the hell does that mean? What do I do? Comparing a program with करायचं काय exactly? तर म्हटलं ठीक आहे करेन घाबरतो. So he gave me a whole big huge page of some whatever Marathi जे काय होतं. And he said I'll take your audition. So म्हटलं audition म्हणजे काय? What is it? These were just words, they were concepts in my head. I didn't know what exactly I had to do. So I took it and he said, I'll take your audition in 2 days or something like that. Because I have to see that you're comfortable speaking Marathi and anchoring and comparing with these big wigs. So I went for an audition and I messed up full time. When the action role camera सांगितलं मला कळेच ना काय झालं पप्पा झालं. ते मला म्हणाले की हे असं होणार असेल तर सॉरी मॅम आय विल नॉट बी एबल टू टेक यू. I said, no, that's not happening. I said, give me these 2-3 days more, I'll come back. And it was 2-3 days, I learned whatever that was, stood in front of the mirror, saw what I looked like and how it sounded and all that, whatever I did at that time. And I was bang on, he said, fine, you're on. That program was liked by people so much. They all said, oh, your compare is very good. Obviously, the program was so boring to compare. So from there, the whole thing started. So they made me compare a couple of those divisions. I thought, please. I said, God, this is terrible. I don't want to do this. Fortunately, that time BP Singh, who did Ek Shunni Shunni back in the days, he saw me. He cast me for one episode of Ek Shunni Shunni. From there, Ahwan happened. You remember Ahwan? Back in the day. So Ahwan happened. So one after the other, and here I am in front of you guys.
Well, that's really a nice journey because I think you really worked for it. You just
I really did.
in the sense that the first time you didn't give up, it would have been very easy for you to say no and walk off, but that shows your determination.
I don't give up so easily, but this was something I can't say, oh well, I can't do it, and I just that's up to me. Come on.
And from that, the boring Kotachi Pairi and
You
have made the journey to being one of the most glamorous mothers in the Hindi film industry, right?
Well, I have to give that credit to Reema Lagu actually. She was the first one to start this glamorous mother, not that Abla Nari types. मैंने अपने हाथों से तुम्हारे लिए गाजर का हलवा बनाया है. Those dialogues didn't happen. They stopped there with me and Reema. But she was the first one actually. I have to give her that.
Yeah, but you carried on beautifully because I think each one of us here remembers you in all the movies. And what's more, you played mother to Aishwarya Rai, to like Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, to so many top stars. And besides which, you also worked with Amitabh Bachchan, Rajesh Khanna. I think you also worked with Rekha Ji, right? You worked with Rekha Ji and that. So you really worked with the absolute bigwigs of the film industry. And I'm just wondering if you could share with the audience, how are your interactions with all these big shots, with big actors? Like, how do they come across on set and how do they behave with their co-actors?
Just the way you're behaving. But they're all human beings. There is no different behavior on the set. Everybody is just like human being on the set. It's no point throwing your weight around and showing that I am senior and I'm Amitabh Bachchan and I'm Rajesh Khanna and I'm Dilip Kumar. Nobody does that. I mean, at least people whom I work with do that. I don't do that with newcomers. Because you're, in fact, by doing something like this, you're unnerving the other person and you spoil it for yourself. You spoil the whole scene because that other person is too nervous. No matter whatever you do, it's going to be absolutely, the scene will not go on well. So both the characters have to be equally good for the scene to do. So nobody does that. I mean, if you understand that every actor is selfish. So if you want your scene to be good, you better be good together. Like if I start observing you now, and if I say, what sort of question are you asking me? Or something like that, you will get nervous and you'll ask me something, you will will not be beneficial for the whole, so nobody does that. I don't think so.
That certainly is a revelation, isn't it? Because somehow we just feel that people with such big names and such big banners and all that, they might just be a little hoity-toity and not interact with people. But it's very heartening to know that. It's really very heartening to know that.
Having said that, I would say, like they come from this kind of an audience, they will definitely think about outside. When they are just out, suppose that they've gone out, and then the whole crowd starts gathering around them, and this. I'm sorry to say this, but Indians really don't know how to behave at times. They overstep their limits. And in that case, the person will go a little like this, or they've had bouts and they'll say, please go, kind of. Which is fair, especially with ladies.
Yeah.
You don't want people just pouncing on you and all kinds of things. So then you say, please, I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you a picture now, I'm not going to give you a selfie. Which is fair. And if you've seen that part of the actor, you are going to brand that actor as Sadala Bhasha is. So that's not fair. You understand what I'm saying? So it depends on what circumstances you've seen that. It's not very branded. Nobody is like that. Nobody. But if you overstep your limit, I'll tell you one example that happened to me. I was doing some film, I don't know whether playing in the theatres or not. We were shooting in Nasik, in some gaon in Nasik, somewhere off Nasik somewhere. It was a long shot, okay, and the camera puller, all the people in place, and I was supposed to be sitting in the midst of all of that. That was the scene. They were just going to say action, and the producer, his wife, and the family comes in. So they said, stop, 1 second. So that lady said, producer's wife, that I would like to take a picture with her. The whole thing was said. Actually, the director should have said, just 1 minute, let this shot take over, we will introduce you. Well, she came, I was sitting there, I didn't want to move because to set that whole thing up again is quite a painful thing. So many people, putting them, everybody should be seen on it. It's quite a tedious thing. So I sat there, didn't want to move. She sat next to me. And she took pictures and all. And after that, she kissed me on my cheek. I was so disgusted. I do not like somebody. I don't know anything. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, you ask me, what are you putting on that? So it's circumstances people don't know how to behave. So what do you do in circumstances as a situation like this?
People shouldn't overstep their limit.
Yeah, don't overstep your limit. So then if the person says, please, hello, excuse me, I don't like it, she will tell the whole world, you स्वतः भाषा आम्ही प्रोड्युसर आमच्या खूप फिल्म मध्ये ही काम करते आणि आम्हाला असं बोलतो राईट तुम्ही असं वागता ते सांगता ह्याला अर्थ नाही दिस इज व्हॉट आय एम ट्राइंग टू से सो डोंट ब्लेम actors if you come across somebody like that we don't know what circumstances they are in and why they are so behaving. They are not snobbish, nobody is. Everybody is a human being like you and me.
No advice, it is a little difficult to keep on being in the limelight. But I think everybody is today aware that they are who they are because of the public. So they definitely need to respect that fact.
They do. Everybody does. Everyone does. I was working with Hrithik in his film Kaho Na Pyar Hai was such a big hit. You all know. There were people who were constantly coming to him and autograph. Every person he got up so politely, gave a picture to everybody, gave an autograph. So all of them are like, all of them. But if you overstep the limit, then I'm sorry. So everybody is aware that we are because of you. So that is there.
Let's now turn towards your theatre journey. And you once said that no actor is complete unless he's done some stint on it. So you've done I work in one of the biggest plays, with an adaptation. That was not an adaptation, sorry. That was extremely well recognized Marathi play. Then you also did Azar Ka Aap, an Urdu adaptation of My Fair Lady, where Farooq Sheikh directed you. Would you like to share some anecdotes from your theatre days? And why did you feel that a person has to go through theatre before he can become a really good and well-evolved actor?
Yeah, I feel it's mandatory for every person who wants to act should at least, if not professional theatre, amateur theatre. because theatre completes you. On a theatre, the actor is seen, the entire personality of the actor is seen. Besides voice modulation, projection, all that happens only in theatre. Now, these guys who've not done theatre, like Salman, for example, or any of these guys, this happened when I was doing Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam. It was a big huge, that Aankhon Ki Gusta, that song was going on. It was a huge circle, all of us were there, and Salman was right there where that boy is standing. I'm here. And he's supposed to say some dialogue, and after he finishes dialogue, I'm supposed to sing. I couldn't hear a word what Salman was saying. I was trying to see whether when his lips close and when I say, but it was so far, I couldn't tell. If you noticed, to watch, he doesn't open his mouth and speak. So this is what happens if you're not a theatre person. Theatre people open their mouths to speak. See? So Sanjay Bansal told me, Smita, why aren't you saying the line? I said, sir, I don't know when he stops. I can't hear him, neither can I see his lip movement. How do I know? So this is what happens. So in theatre, you've got to open your mouth and speak. This is what we are taught. In the rehearsals, they tell you the spacing and pacing, the pace of a line and space between the words is very important. That you learn only in theatre. Besides modulation, projection, the movies are dubbed later on, right? The mic is right here in your mouth. So when you're speaking in a mic, when you're dubbing the film, you don't have to project. So they're not used to projecting whilst acting itself. So that's a big handicap. And then your whole body, people standing on stage there, they don't know sometimes what to do with their hands. Most men put their hands in the pocket and it's horrible. Women don't know. Actually, women have so many things. They play with their pallu, they play with their necklace, they play with their earrings, something up. But men don't know what to do with their hands. So the director said, just visualize that you don't have hands. Stand, just stand. Because otherwise they look very funny. Standing on stage again. So when you on stage, never or whenever, if you're giving a talk or whatever, if you're standing, you have to stand on your 2 feet firmly. But that's the whole personality, it doesn't reach, it doesn't give a good visual. It gives you an awesome. I'm just playing this kind of character. But if you're standing on your feet, 2 feet, stand erect and speak, that definitely has a more impact when you're talking. Anybody over here who's an orator, please go for this. Or giving any kind of a speech, stand on your 2 feet firm.
Do you want to talk a little bit about
Azarkan? Oh, that was a fantastic experience. That was the good house. The Faruji, there was another girl asked for this Azarkan. She was much younger. Thin girl, much younger. Faruji is a little broad, he was. So somehow he was not very happy with that lady, with that girl. He just didn't want to work with her. He told me, Smita, I was to play the Khala, which is his mother in the film. If you've seen My Fair Lady, his father was playing the mother in the film. Khala is a Masi actually, so here it was a Khala. I started rehearsing also for the Khala. So she said, Smita ji, you do this role. I said, how am I going to look 30 years old when I am? I said, this was when I was 50 years old. Now I'm even older. So I said, how am I going to look? Everybody knows about me. Everybody knows. It's not that you're a new person. Then people don't know. Then you can transcend age on stage. But he said, everybody knows how can I? He refused to take a no from me, which was a very wrong move. Well, I had to because after a point you couldn't tell him anything. So I did that role. For me, it was a great experience because both the languages fought for me. One was a Purvi language, which is a North Indian, some Purvi, Maithili and that which is a Purvi, which I don't know, I learned those lines. And when she's a flower girl in the movie you see. And then when she grooms, she speaks Urdu, chaste Urdu. Which Urdu is not my language because I know how to speak Urdu. Because I've done a lot of Muslim-based series with that. So my Hindi, इसी वजह से अच्छी है ये सवाल आपका आने वाला है Being as my Hindi became good because I did a lot of Hindi videos, of course, and worked with all these old-time directors, Lake Kallar and all these people, so who corrected me every time when an Urdu word was supposed to be used, which is honestly, आजकल के बच्चे, I don't know what Hindi they speak. I'm sorry to say. The word like there is no fur in Marathi which or in Hindi. There's fur only. Right? Yes. So I've been watching this, like, I don't mention names and all that because I don't do that. So this person, he's shown a North Indian character. And he says, Fir Safalta Fal. Hey Baba, it sort of hurts in my ears when they speak. And what worries me, what I don't understand is how does the director not correct that?
He may not be known.
He probably, but there should be a language corrector on every set, right? We had that.
That's a good suggestion.
We had that in our times. We never spoke this language. Tu fuck the whole world, but kaisa baat karta hai? It's exactly what happens, you know. So that fur जो है, and fur is only in Urdu. The farman, faryad. Those words are only, fur is only in Urdu. It's not in Hindi. It's not in Marathi. That's where I learned a lot with Arunji. He was Muslim himself. He used to correct us. He says, "Smita ji, मुझे इतने थोड़े समय में मुझे कोई मिलेगी नहीं जो आपके जैसे Urdu. You have to look sophisticated. You can make the person look gawar. But if a person looks gawar itself, you can't make that person look sophisticated. But that is a difficult thing to do. Because वो अदब शाइस्ता वो जो है वो नहीं आएगा. वो सिखा नहीं सकते हैं. वो आपके अंदर होना ही चाहिए. तो उस but I enjoyed it. And that was his last venture. After that, he didn't do any direction of that, and he passed away too soon. Anyway,
That must have been a great experience, absolutely.
super.
Very good. We can keep talking about her movies and theatre and her acting career, but she has a whole completely new and different dimension, not new, but a completely different dimension to her, which is her spirituality. Okay. Usually people turn to spirituality or what we call adhyatma in their older age, but you have turned to it very young, and you are straddling, like I said at the beginning of the conversation, straddling both the segments so beautifully, so very well. Can you tell us how this happened? I mean, it was such a glamorous career, an acting career, playing the mother to the top stars of the country, and then suddenly how did spiritualism happen?
Well, my spiritual journey started a year before I got into films.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My first guru was Prabhuji, who was my husband's client, and I somehow landed there in his house. He gave me a book to read, very insipid looking book, ugly looking book. The name of the book is Laws of the Spirit World. Have you all read it? If you all have not, please read that book. Today it looks a beautiful book because the revamp and all that. Please read that book, Laws of the Spirit World. Now he gave me that book and I went and saw the book. I said, I ain't reading this book, man. Not looking exciting at all. When you talk, you so I said, okay. But when you come home, you know how you have a habit, everybody has a habit of just going to those pages. Yeah. So I stopped at one chapter, I don't remember now which one. That fascinated me, so I started reading that chapter. I started reading that chapter and I could not put the book down. All night I sat up and read that whole book. That was a game changer for me. So then I kept going to Prabhuji's place. Luckily he was just very close by, so I was to walk to his place with 1,000 questions in my mind about spirituality. And that's how my journey started. So he answered everything according to my sensitivity, my sensibility, my logic. And that's how the journey started. Then I wanted to know more, and then I just got sucked into it.
So then you said once that when a student is ready, the guru automatically appears. I think that seems to be very true.
It actually works both ways. You also have that urge from within that I need someone to help me through my life. The Guru is there. He is looking out for you also. But when you are ready, first, I think, because you have to be ready. You have to realize that yes, I need to transform at this point in time. I do not want to live the life I am leading now. Everything must be very hunky-dory in your lives, and I pray to the Lord, make it be in so. But we are talking of materialistically, everything is nice. You have cars, you have diamonds, you have a good husband, good children, doing everything, you have all rich, sab acha pada ghar, ye sab fine. And you are supposed to have that and enjoy all of that. Okay? Spirituality doesn't mean you to become a beggar. Or become sad. And not smile. And not eat non-veg, lovely gold food. All that is a myth. So, having said that, there is something inside you. If you have touched base with yourself, there is a huge vacuum there. Your soul is not nurtured. I meet so many people, all of them, all nice glamorous, look happy, this, that, and they're all pretending to look happy. But when I concentrate on them and I see their souls, the souls are so shriveled up. And you're going to take only that when you leave from here. That we all know. Still, we do not know that we have to nurture our soul. You can ask me how to do that, I can answer you later on. That question is gone. But you need to nurture your soul. Besides all these other things that you have. I have had this, as you asked me earlier, how did I get into spirituality and glamorous world? Yeah. It's because my inner journey and my external journey started in that same at one time. And it is not कि आप जब spirituality में जाते हैं उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप सारा घर संसार छोड़ दो और संन्यास ले लो, ये बिल्कुल नहीं है. In fact, enjoy every aspect of your life, and you can enjoy it. You're not enjoying all those things just to escape from what's happening. You're actually enjoying every aspect of your life. I do everything. I go for parties, I eat, I love to have a fight sometimes. I do all that. Nothing has stopped me and nothing has changed. कुछ भी नहीं change हुआ है, कुछ भी नहीं. But what is inside me is a complete different. That is very important. अभी कैसे वहाँ पे जाना है, पहुँचना है, कौन सी बस जाती है, कौन सी रिक्शा जाती है, बताओ मुझे.
तो आपने कहा था ना, कभी कभी अपने आप से भी मुलाकात करना जरूरी है.
बिल्कुल जरूरी है. कभी कभी नहीं, हर वक्त आपको अपने आप के साथ मुलाकात करना बहुत जरूरी होता है.
And most of the times we don't do it.
You never do it. Tell me last time when you thanked your body. You don't even remember that you have a body. Only when you try to dress up, you know this is looking nice on me, thank you. Right? How often have you done that, or you've never done that? Thank your body for what the body is today. You are because of your body. Well, body गई आप गए. Have you ever thanked your body for working? Everything is working so perfectly well. I can walk, I can see, I can hear, I can smile. Everything is going on inside perfectly. Do you tell your food when you eat something that right में जाओ उधर carbohydrates है, left में जाओ उधर protein है, बोला है कभी किसी ने? होता है ना बराबर से सब कुछ. Everything is happening. You're breathing. That's a very big miracle. And the nose knows exactly that to take oxygen inside and give out carbon dioxide. How? We can't see. फिर भी body perfectly वही लेती है अंदर और वही फेंकती है बाहर. Correct? ये सब कैसे होता है? सोचा है कभी? सोचो. And thank your body for what you are today. However it is, it's still my body. And I have to appreciate it and acknowledge it. Right? And you see, your body is so intelligent. You know your body is intelligent. Any command you give to your body, the body listens to you. Everything. Everything changes according to your breath. That's why spirituality, any spiritual organization, you go the first step into breath watch. इगतपुरी अगर गए हैं आप लोग विपश्यना में कोई, तो all those 10 days are only on breath watch. Because your breath changes every time according to your mood. Now suppose somebody is lying to me, something you say, and you may be speaking so authentically and all that, but I still don't know who she's lying. So how can I so confidently say she's lying? I don't have any evidence to prove that, but I know she is lying. How?
Sixth sense.
No, it's not sixth sense. Breathing changes. Because sometimes in your life you have lied. You unconsciously, your breath has changed, but you are not aware of it. So सामने वाला जब झूठ बोलता है, his breathing changes. And somehow you know, you consciously may not know, subconsciously you know she's lying. That is how intelligent our body is. If you have a knee pain, if you speak your knee, the knee pain will go. And we'll try it. You have? Speak to the knee. Say, I love you, give it love. Why is it paining? Because it's demanding your attention. You never cared for it. You never acknowledged it. Whatever, what is happening in your body. That's why I'm saying, connect with yourself. अपने आप के साथ कभी मुलाकात जरूर करिए. Just stand in front of the mirror and say, hi, how are you? And smile. Everyone looks the best when they smile.
This is something that introspection.
Maybe. Try doing that. Try doing introspection. कहीं पे तो शुरुआत करिए आप. Maybe with introspection, you say, start your journey somewhere. Start your inner journey somewhere. We are just collecting materialistic tokens from outside. Under. So in both these journeys start, the inner and the outer world. They're like two wings of a bird. Only when they are in tandem with each other, you can soar. वरना एक ही जाता है ऊपर, दूसरा वाला still limping, then you can't fly. Right? कैसे करना है बाद में बताऊँ.
Will you tell us something about your guru, Maitreya Dadashri ji?
Yeah. Now I have had 3 gurus in my life. Besides many others, but 3 main whom I follow. One was Prabhuji, which I just mentioned to you, who gave me the book. Then after that, for 20 years, I was with Oneness University in Chennai. So in the past 10-12 years, I am with Maitreya Dadashri ji. Dadashri ji is basically a doctor, a proper medical doctor. He was a practicing doctor, then he stopped. He started with this ashram, which is Maitri Bodh Parivar. I speak about it in my videos very often. Guys, you can follow me on Instagram. Yeah, so in that I keep mentioning about Dadashri ji very often. So the vision of Maitri Bodh or Dadashri ji is transform a human heart and the mind. Transform human heart and the mind. It's a socio-spiritual organization. There's a lot of social work going on also. Like we have a Gaushana, of course, then we have a school, Gurukul. Then we have a Tejaswini, which is for Abla Nadiya school, where women don't have their own way of earning money. So they are given certain work to do. They're taught candles, how to make candles and this, that, and that. So they're independent. They have some money in their hand. Now we are starting with a new vertical, which is just launched, which is called Maitri Sanskar. Now what is Maitri Sanskar? Children from the standard 1 to 8 are going to be introduced this topic which is approved by the government about how sanskar, sanskar मेरा conditioning करना बच्चों की अच्छे संस्कार. Now this will not be spiritual. According to the child, it will be told. Like first standard children, they have puzzles and painting and all that storytelling and all. Higher standards have another different way. We've got all books for them. The teachers will be taught how to do it because the teachers also don't know what to do. So वो सारा है which we've introduced this by the Sanskar in schools. The pilot model is in English, but we're going to do it in all other languages also, Marathi, Hindi and all that later on. But this is already started. So if there is anybody you know or who's a principal of a school or a teacher of a school where this can be introduced for children today, children of standard 1 to 8. We used to have moral science in our times. Right? So that was moral science was stuck where all goodness and how to be good and all that. So what was that? That was that. So moral science is disappeared now. Morals are also disappeared. The science is disappeared.
Let's say it's a free period.
Hanji?
Very education, moral science period is as a free period.
Yes. Absolutely. So this is again, and now the government has approved of it that children do because mental health has become a very big issue with the children.
Is it connected with this thing? Example is something I read recently. There is some new university something they're starting from first end.
No, this is a separate Sanskar, which is the whole syllabus is new and all that. So, because children, if they are not taught at this early age, when they grow up, you know what happens. So, we don't want those kind of adults who are going to be so depressed and just a little bit बाप ने कहीं डांट लिया या कोई चीज़ नहीं थी बच्चों को जाके ऊपर से कूदना not happening. So mental health is a very big issue with children, and unless that conditioning at that young age is not done, then as adults they are finished completely. So I'm very happy to announce that in fact that ये जो वैदिक संस्कार हमने अभी launch किया just about 15 days back, and we got a lot of response from Bombay schools at least. Because teachers are also very worried as to what to do with the children. So ये सारा okay, that's what it is.
Let's turn towards your books. First of all, how did writing happen to you? Because you really seem to be doing so many things and absolutely incredible. You're an actress, and we know you have long shifts. It's a lot of hard work. Then you also encompass spiritualism. And then you've also written 3 books, Before Tomorrow, In Everness, and If You Can, Just Do. So I'd like you to share with the audience how you became an author, or how did you decide to write. And also, I think the names of your books are rather unusual. So, is there some history behind it, or it's just happened?
So, books happen because at one point in time I thought that as I'm growing older in age, there's no point in me taking the knowledge with me and going. It has to go to the next gen. It has to be followed, it has to be taken forward. Because what I know, it's selfish for me to just, sort of. That's how books happen. I wrote my first book and I said I'm not going to write any more books. So the first book was Before Tomorrow. Well, after I wrote 3, but now at the moment I say I'm not going to write anymore. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but whatever. So Before Tomorrow ka title, it just so happened that I was just looking for something that I said, no, it has to be like, do it now. It's like a need of the hour now. A bigger usko and the now, power of now. We were very used and abused those words now. I said, कुछ ऐसा चाहिए जो before tomorrow होना चाहिए. I just said it. I said, hey, I got my title. It just happened because I was just explaining. I want a title like this. I was talking to my family. What I want, and this is how it should be. So before tomorrow comes, I want it to start. You should start before tomorrow. So the tagline over this, tomorrow is a myth, which it is. So when tomorrow comes, it is today. And tomorrow is always the day away. So don't wait for tomorrow. To answer your earlier question, people think that they have to start at the age of 50. Yay, tomorrow करके 50-60 साल के हो जाते हैं हम, and you're carrying a huge bag of karmas on your back and lugging it, and then you turn to spirituality because some drama happens in your life, and you expect results like this. Doesn't work. It cannot happen like this. इतना सारा जो जमा करके रखा है वो एक यूं करके फटाक करके निकलना not possible. कुछ कोई भी चीज नहीं है possible ऐसे. So the earlier you start, the better it is. That's why these children will अभी छोटे उम्र में उनकी जब शुरुआत होती है, when they grow up into very different adults. They know how to handle life. Life is going to be the same. Problems life में change नहीं होगी. That is the definition of life. Life में उतार चढ़ाव आएंगे ही. If you expect a bed of roses, that's not life. But you should be in a position how to look at things like that. See, when you change, things you see change. पहले अपने आप को तो चेंज होना चाहिए ना. So that's what spirituality teaches you about, is the inner shift. And that is what has to happen. That inner shift has to happen. How? बाद में बताऊँ. Yeah.
You said your name was changed from Smita to Madhura. So, why was it necessary for you to have a new name?
It was not necessary for me, but usually when people are quite advanced in spirituality, then the master gives the name, the spiritual name to a person for his further spiritual growth. And according to the nature of the soul is what I was told. That's why he gave me the name Madhura. Lots of people have got the names like that. So,
But like so the master addresses you by that name.
or everybody in the ashram addresses.
So everybody addresses you.
Yeah. So when you go to the ashram and you say Smita ji, they'll say, who?
Ah.
So everybody's so used to this name, Madhura ji, so they will call me.
Is that also because you want to leave the identity of who you were the earlier?
Yeah.
name? That is the...
Also the thing. Up there I am known as Madhura. So when I go, when my soul goes up there, they will know me as Madhura.
You know, I recall in one of your interviews something very simple which you said, and which had an absolutely great impact. You said that being spiritual will teach you to respond and not to react. Can you just share a little bit about how you felt that what should happen?
That is a byproduct of spirituality. You know, अभी whatever happens in your life, पर पटकन थोड़ा देर कोई नहीं बोलेगी, लगे तो ऐसा करो ना, लगे चिढ़, लगे react कर दो, पर तो ना. So in spirituality, it takes you 2 minutes wait. Let's see what the other person has to say. When you listen to the other person's story, then you can't react. You will respond. We फटाक करके बोलते हैं 10 तक की नो जवाब. So it's something like that. This is where I would say transformation comes in. Okay, now let me tell you what transformation is exactly. Okay, now everybody says transformation. Actually, the word is like a heavy word now. Transformation. You know what exactly is transformation? Like it should not be conceptual. You should know what is to be a transformed human being. I was talking to Vilas about it. How you're not like wine? Yes, no. Say yes, it's allowed. How is wine made? Grapes. Fermenting the grapes, you know. So no, get a big can or that porcelain jar or something, put grapes in it, let it ferment in your house. Fermented grapes is wine, right? So make wine at home.
Crush it.
Huh?
Crush it first.
Yeah, crush, you can crush. You can crush it. Still, crushed grapes keep in your house for fermenting. Will you become wine? Something else we put in it.
Yes.
Okay, we put that also in it. Will it become wine?
Only when it matures. It has to be very short.
Many years.
You can stay with that stuff, with that smell till it matures. In your house with fermented grapes.
Keep it in the cellar.
Keep it in the cellar.
Keep it in the cellar.
So what has happened?
Starts off.
How?
Time.
with that.
It has undergone a process. Correct? So we need to undergo a process for the grapes, like the grapes, to become wine. Such tasty wine, all kinds of wine. White wine, red wine, sparkling wine, full body, light body. fruity, ये वो क्या क्या है. For it to become whatever it has to go undergone a process. Correct? And then only will you get transformed. Books पढ़ के, internet पे जाके, reading about spirituality, listening about spirituality will not transform you. Today everything is on the net. Everybody can read anything they want on the net. Still, people are the same. कुछ होगा ना फर्क? No. तो कहीं पे ऐसा डिबेट चलता होगा कि हाँ मैंने ये पढ़ा था, हाँ मैंने उधर पढ़ा था, लिखा था, सुना था, फिर only here. Do that travel from your mind to your heart. Do that 16-inch travel from your mind to your heart. That is the transformation. So you have to undergo a process. Whichever spiritual master you go to, undergo that process. Go and do those things. Go connect to them. Do those processes. Every ashram, most ashrams have got processes or something like that. I will tell you if you want to come to our ashram, I think Parivar. But undergo that process. Unless you undergo that process, unless you take that Shakti Prava, which changes over here that we call it Shakti Prava. It changes the meridians of the brain, which has been medically proved, which is in the Indian Medical Research Book of Doctors. Are there any doctors here? So it has been proved in that IMR or something that book. It has been proved how the meridians of the brain have changed. Your frontal lobes, the change that has happened in the frontal lobes. Because Dadashiji is a doctor. So the doctor जो होते हैं तो उनको सारी चीजों का proof चाहिए होता है. So we about 54 doctors of Hinduja Hospital are also connected to Medicare Parivar. So with their help, they did this process before and after Shakti Prava. We saw this happen in the brain. It is there on our website, I think. You can go to Medicare Parivar website. It is there on the website. Figures of the pictures of the brain as to how they change. So it is medically proved that with the Shakti Prava, it has changed, and that change is permanent and irreversible. So it has to be permanent, irreversible. You can't go back to the state whatever you all are in this now. That is transformation. So we say when you don't react, suppose I draw number 6 over here. We two can see 6. And this whole gang can see 9, right?
Yeah.
Obviously you are not going to say these two girls are lying. What rubbish. We so many, majority of us can see 9, only 2 of you can see 6. What rubbish. That is reaction. But when you transform, you will see it from a bird's eye point of view. Who's right and who's wrong?
Both are true.
The situation is like that. So when you have to see it from that point of view, when you see things from that point of view, you will realize nobody is wrong. It is because of the situation that person is in. That is response. So don't be a reptile, guys. Be a bird. वो चींटी की जैसा दायरा नहीं होना चाहिए आपका. And how much does it go to? Only so much, no? When you become a bird, so much. When you become an eagle or a kite, full view. वो होना चाहिए. I'll tell you another story. You like listening to stories?
Yes.
So there is this monk, one Buddhist monk, who was going through this village. And Maharaja, he said, this monk has come to, we must entertain him. So they call him over and they feed him and go. The monk is very happy and he tells the Raja, whatever you want to tell me, I'll give it to you. So the Raja is very greedy kind of thing. He said, I want to capture this one, this land, that land, that land, I want this, that, everything. You know how people are. So the monk said, fine, it can be done. But abhi se, whatever you see should be green in color. You have to see green. He said, oh, that's fine, no problem, I can do that. So he orders his people to paint everything green. His whole house was green, wall, this, that, raste green, buildings green, sab kuch green karke rakha tha. But the monk said, you have to see green. After some time, the monk comes back after a couple of months and he says, hey, what is all this? So he said, you told me Whatever I see should be green. Mom removes the glasses, green colored glasses, and he gives it. Wear this. So the change is not outside, guys. We are expecting others to change. That is the problem. We are all 50 pluses here, most of us at least. At least 50 pluses we are. Have you been able to change yourself? And you expecting to change others? No. So the transformation has to be within you, not outside of you. You getting me? Are you getting bored?
No.
Yeah. So smile, no, don't be such a
Introspection has started, maybe that's why.
introspection. I'm so happy about that. I am so happy. I hope this introspection takes you to the next level.
So you make it sound so simple to do.
It is.
But why is that repetition? There's always that feeling of,
I will go into
can I do it? How can I do it?
You know, Dadashiji says spirituality is simpler than the word simple. Because you don't have to do anything. But because it is so simple, people can't accept it. That is the problem. Tragedy वही है. So you don't have to do anything. मतलब ये क्या? What is this? You don't do anything. How can you become spiritual? So people think अरे यहाँ पे तो कुछ नहीं है, कुछ नहीं देते कोई बड़ा सा कुछ संस्कृत का मंत्र दो, सुबह को 3 बजे उठ जाओ, सर के बल खड़े हो जाओ और कुछ बोलो, कुछ करो. देन ऐसे लगता है हाँ कुछ क्या तो कुछ जरूरत नहीं है इन सब चीजों की. कुछ जरूरत नहीं है इन चीजों. Connect with yourself. Who is inside you? There is a divine power which is inside you, right? Do you accept that or no?
Yes.
Or everything you feel you can do?
No, sir.
Thank you. So connect with that divine power of yours. Talk to your own higher sacred self. Just talk to that divinity which is there inside all of us. Do you believe we have got some divinity inside us? See? Yes. Do you believe you have a divinity inside you?
Yes.
Louder.
Yes.
अरे louder बोला तो और नहीं चलेगा. Do you believe you have divinity inside you?
Yes.
That's better. So connect to that divinity if there is divinity inside you. वरना ऐसे चल रहे हैं अपने आप सब कुछ हो जाता है अपने बॉडी में भी सब कुछ अपने आप ही हो जाता है. After about 40, 45, 50 years old, ये बिन बुलाए मेहमान भी आ जाते हैं. डायबिटीज, कोलेस्ट्रॉल, हाई ब्लड प्रेशर, ये तो आ ही जाता है बिन बुलाए मेहमान. Other complications. How does that happen in your body? If it is your body, you should be able to control all of that, no? तो कंट्रोल करने वाला कोई और है, उसको एक्नॉलेज तो करो. है कि नहीं है? Well, if it's your body, you should be able to control it, na? Why should you become grey? Why should you need the reading glasses? Why should you put on weight? Why should you have wrinkles on your face? Your body control it. करो. नहीं होता है ना?
Aging.
हाँ जी?
Aging.
I'm sorry?
Age.
एज कैसे? एज ठीक है. क्यों बॉडी एज होती है? आपकी बॉडी है, आपको कंट्रोल करना चाहिए. बॉडी आपकी है कि नहीं? उसका चलाने वाला कोई और है. करेक्ट?
Yes.
So connect with that divine power which is there inside you. It's as simple as that. क्या कठिन है ये करना? हाँ. You said that. You. It's difficult to connect with your own self. How will you connect with the world?
How to do it?
That was our next question. If anybody here wants to connect, what should they do and how should they go about it?
Everybody will say this, but nobody knows how to do it.
That is the problem. Now connect with yourself as you know you have divine power inside you. Okay? Whichever deity you trust or you pray to, कोई भी आपके गुरु हैं या कोई ईश्वर है या इष्ट दैवत है जो भी हो आपके, who you believe in. Goa में Shanta Durga and Mangeshi are very famous. If you're connecting to them, I'm just giving examples. Whoever you connect to, as your divine power. That is the power which is there inside you. Just talk to that divine power 24/7. Is it difficult to do? You talk to yourself all the time, right? Self-talk to chalta rehta hai. You have to, because otherwise your mind, then you are in coma. That means you don't have a mind. Your mind will never keep shut. You're constantly talking to yourself. Something or the other is going on in your mind. So offer that to the divine and think it's the divine that you're talking to. Just try this out. Whatever the issue is, the problem is, this is what it is. Please help me, I need help. Connect with your divine power. It's very simple to do. And because it is simple, you will not believe me and you will not do it, which I know. That is the problem. People will say, "Arey, kya? What nonsense." If I talk to myself, I say, "Ye sabke मन में ये ख्याल है." ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? That is the problem. Spirituality is as simple as that. But because it is so simple, you say, ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? Try it out.
Is it in some way empathizing with yourself?
No empathizing, sympathizing. Just talk to your divine self. Why should you empathize with yourself? Why should you sympathize with yourself?
Not sympathize, empathize.
Why should you empathize with yourself?
What about atheists?
About
Atheists.
atheists. Atheists, it's very strange. Atheists may not believe in the concept of God. But every human believes that there is some power over which you have no control. There is some power controlling this whole thing. They believe in the power. You ask any atheist. ये कैसे चलता है? पूरी दुनिया चलती कैसे है? There was a debate I was having once very recently with somebody. Very, very intelligent guy, extremely intelligent guy. So, gravity के ऊपर the topic started with gravity. So he told me all mathematical explanations. वो कितना क्या जो सब मेरे सर के ऊपर गया. अरे बाप रे क्या बोल रहा? Then I asked him one last question. I said, where did gravity come from? He said, I have no answer for that. So who is the creator of gravity? So there is some power, right? Where did gravity come from? Science needs everything to be, one thing to be there, then they have proofs. But वो पहला कहाँ से आया? वो नहीं पता.
We use this term sixth sense.
Sixth sense.
Then like a divine form, like you feel sometimes that.
Yes, that's intuition.
Intuition.
That's intuition.
Sixth sense.
Everybody, all of us have that. It's not developed in some, it's developed in some. That's intuition.
It's the same.
That is not spirituality. You will get intuition once you become spiritual. More and more it will become more powerful. They feel very nice कि बहुत लोगों को ऐसे अच्छा लगा ये तो मैंने देखा था यार किसी intuition की ऐसे होगा वही हुआ. These are all siddhis powers. That is not your spiritual growth. That doesn't make you spiritually high. So the whole world is frequencies. When you are vibrating on another frequency, and people who are vibrating on a low frequency will not cross your path. They will not be able to come in your aura. So to vibrate on a different frequency. You can't say I'm sad, I'm this happened, anger. No, these are frequencies. Spirituality is only frequencies.
How do you dream of existence?
Take the questions after the session.
Yeah, that's all. Remember the question.
We'll take the questions after the session.
Remember the question.
Okay, sure.
So you have opened up an entirely new world for us, completely. And I mean, you know, we just knew of you as an actress, to be honest, as an absolutely accomplished and a superb actress. But this is it's a revelation. That's all I can say. It's a revelation in this new world, and we make it sound so simple and so easy. It is simple. So maybe we should all encompass and at least think about doing it, like, you know. So
if you want help, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I myself have these classes, okay? But there are 50 lessons, 50. once a week for half an hour on Zoom. You don't have to travel, you don't have to do anything, it's on Zoom. It started thanks to COVID, some good things that happened. It's happened because of COVID that time. But then 50 lessons, and now you say, oh my god, 50! But trust me, you will not even know when the year and a half is gone. So it's just once a week for half an hour. That's very, very doable. And why 50? Because you need to be hand-held for that much time. In spirituality, you can slip any minute. In that, I have a whole spectrum of it, where your chakras were asking me, chakras ka detail mein aa jayega, some new meditations which you all will not find on the net. Those are there, there are rituals, they cover and all that. Lots of things are there, it's very properly formulated, 50 lessons. So, I have that, 50 lessons, so it's a big commitment from your side and from my side. But if you're really interested in really changing yourself, then you should take it up.
Talking of changing oneself, sorry, I'm coming back to the physical world again. And, I have to ask you this, that in today's day and age, Botox, fillers, nose jobs, every actor or actress is just jumping on it, right? But you seem so untouched by all of this. You are completely own your look. You just say that I'm not going to color my hair, and I'm just who I am, which is so refreshingly fabulous, How do you do this? I mean, is it because of spirituality or is it just who you are?
Because you have to learn to accept yourself the way you are, no?
Yeah.
You have to पहले acceptance तो होना ही चाहिए ना सबको. After you're about, some people start graying earlier, but after about 35, 40, 50, whatever, you start graying. You will get chashma, that is how it is. You will put on a little bit of weight. वो तो है ही यार. उसको कैसे avoid कर सकते हैं? तो जितना जल्दी accept करो, it's better for you. There's no clash inside, ना? अंदर से कितना ये छुपाओ, वो छुपाओ, इधर ये भगवान उसको करते करते ही मेरी जिंदगी चली जाएगी. I don't have time for meditation in my thing. मतलब कितना छुपा रहा, कितना छुपा रहा. I don't know, these whatever they go under the knife and their faces look completely different.
Yeah, that's true.
They that's another stuff.
I mean, expressions also freeze on their face. You can't make out.
It looks nice, I can understand, but they look
Yes.
funny only.
Plastic.
So what is the point then? And everybody knows, okay? Everybody, oh, you don't look 60. मतलब they know you're 60, no? फिर क्या छुपा रहे हैं? They know you're 60, so what are you hiding? How stupid is that? I'm completely against all of this artificial whatever.
But you beautifully own it. That's what is really, really commendable. Because in today's day and age,
I think you're more respected when you're yourself. Whoever, whatever it is.
True.
I am.
you used to have waist-length hair, if I remember correctly. And I think there's a lovely story behind why you cut your hair. Can you share it with our audience, please?
I always wanted to donate my hair to the cancer patients. My hair was like almost to my hips, long hair. And I never got an opportunity because of my work. How do I just do it? So when COVID happened, nothing, सब बंद हो गया था ना. Industry भी 1-2 साल से बिल्कुल बंद. I said this is a very good time. So during COVID times, in May, that was the first leg of COVID, I just shaved off all my hair. And I gave all that hair to the cancer patients. And I was doing all these motivational talks and all were going a lot that time. People were like, some of them were in a very bad mental state and all that stuff. So my Facebook lives and Zoom lives and Instagram lives were going on. With my hair I did, with that old look I did. So first expression when they used to see me on Zoom, I said, don't worry, nothing, I'm just donated my hair, nothing's wrong with me, I'm fine. People say you have cancer. So then it started growing out, and when it started growing out, the salted paper started looking very nice, and wow, I'm looking nice, I'm going to keep my hair like this. So then I decided, chalo, accept yourself the way you are, I'm not going to color my hair anymore. Bas. Aise kahan.
So at this point, I know you said that I should not actually mention it, but I am going to talk about Savan Kumar with your permission. Can I? So,
Is she asking me or she's telling me?
so she was at a party with her parents, and the well-known producer, Savan Kumar, saw her I mean, she was just a guest at the party, and he walked up to her and said, "You are going to be my next hero." Absolutely. He was totally and completely besotted. So, that's the kind of aura that you have.
Well, that was when I was a child, right? I didn't even know anything. I was just in 10th, 11th standard or something like that. When I met him at a wedding and he saw me, my father was so mad. Nothing doing it. It goes back in the days, 2 years ago. Film वाले वगैरह मैंने ज़्यादा संभला है my father said nothing doing. She's not coming. For me, it was like, wow, somebody's offering me a role. Wow. It was like but thank God, whatever happens in retrospect today, I can say thank God, because at that time, had I gone into the film industry, I don't know what would have happened.
Talking of the film industry brings me to another very important question, which is that inappropriate behavior towards women in the film industry is very common thing. If you don't mind me asking you, did you ever encounter anything like this, and if so, how did you deal with it?
No, I will never blame the film industry for that. I have never had any such experience. You may not believe it, but it's a fact. But the thing is, I have been so protected by my masters, my gurus, and the divine. I was literally, तळहाताच्या फोडासारखं जगतो ना, तशा प्रकारे मला divinely जपलंय, literally. So, and as I said earlier, the frequency. So when you are vibrating at another frequency, people with a lower frequency don't come anywhere close to you. So I was never even offered roles. Till date, I've never been offered roles which were any of these types where I had to wear this kind of clothes, and I've never been comfortable.
Right.
So I was never even offered those roles. The roles that came to me came as is like a mother or whatever, those very dignified roles came to me. So this is the whole divine plan. There's someone up there who loves me very much and loves you all also.
And before we open the floor for the audience, while doing research on you, I found that you're born and brought up in Mumbai. You've lived all your life in Mumbai. How do you speak such good Hindi? You have to share this with us. Because I have grown up in Delhi, and when I moved to Goa, I found that my ears used to really hurt with the Mumbai Hindi, and after that the Goa Hindi, which was even probably harder to hear. But you speak such fluent Hindi, really good Hindi. So sir, ask kya hai?
This actually happened right at the beginning of my career, and I'm just blessed, honestly. Right in the beginning of my career, I met such people who corrected me with my Hindi. I'll point out certain things where Maharashtrians get caught. So I was working in one serial called Big Navy back in the days. I don't know if you know, Amul Malika related. उसमें मेरी एक फ्रेंड थी रेखा साहर. She was playing one of the Ranis, and I was the Patrani at that time when I was playing. And then Joshi comes in. So now she is a Pakka Hindi speaking Zahar. She's from Patna. She's a Pakka Hindi speaking, perfect Hindi she speaks. So she used to correct it. The thing is, वो है वाली बात तो हमको सबको मालूम है, right? हाँ है. तो है वाला जो अनुस्वार की तरफ से तो इसे पता चल रहा है. But then what happens is, तो अनुस्वार either भी है करके हम लोग लगाते हैं. इतना जोर से लगाते हैं तो अजीब सा लगता है. And the whole sentence has to be amazing. Right? When we say आप आ रही हैं, the रही also has to be with the अनुस्वार. So what we do is आप आ रही हैं. जो हिंदी समझता है, he will know this is a mistake. I mean, not correct. Doesn't sound correct. Wait. So when you're saying the whole sentence, if this whole sentence is with आप, पूरी line nasal होनी चाहिए. The whole entire, however long the line is, which we forget. Second, when you hear some Maharashtrian speaking Hindi, मैं गाँव जा रही हूँ. मैं गाँव जा रही हूँ. What is the mistake? गाँव जा रही हूँ. बरं की आपण गावाला चाललो असं म्हणतो ना. तो मैं गाँव जा रही हूँ. मैं गाँव जा रही हूँ. एक दूसरा, तुम्हारे पाँव बहुत अच्छे हैं. तुम्हारे पाँव बहुत अच्छे. पाँव म्हणजे बड़ा पाँव नहीं है. तो पाँव बहुत अच्छे हैं. पाँव बहुत अच्छे हैं. So these are the small nuances where we get caught. उर्दू बोलने जब लगते हैं लोग, तो वो जो नुक्ता है, Gum. Word like the gum. It's gum, it's not gum. It's not chewing gum. It's gum. Khat, qasam, mulaqat. जहाँ जहाँ पे नुक्ता है वहाँ पे वो लगना ही चाहिए, otherwise the word is wrong. One word I'll tell you such word. You have heard that song? कोई सागर दिल को बहलाता नहीं. मोहम्मद रफी का बहुत पुराना गाना. कोई सागर दिल को बहलाता. So when I was in school and all that, or college, whatever, I used to listen to this song and never liked it. I said, क्या बोल रहा है कोई सागर दिल को बहलाता नहीं? सागर कैसे दिल को कोई बहलाए? So till somebody explained to me, he said, Smita, it is सागर दिल को बहलाता नहीं. सागर is जाम. तो अब उसको देखो, कोई सागर दिल को बहलाता नहीं. It's not सागर is सागर, समुद्र. और वो सागर हो जाता है, वो जाम हो जाता है. So kitna, when the word itself, if you say sagar, the word is wrong. So that's why when nukta अगर नहीं है तो word गलत है. Do you get it?
Yes.
So if नहीं आता है तो शुद्ध हिंदी बोलो ना. Don't use these Urdu words if you don't know. Or there should be somebody to correct you if you know. Please ask, am I speaking it right? कुछ लोग को नुक्ता जिकडे लोक तिकडे लावतात. कुठेही लावतात ते नुक्ता. Because the नुक्ता has to be there, कुठेही लावतात. That is also wrong. So I had a lot of people who corrected me at that point in time. The one was that Rekha Vimani also. Harish Vimani. Yeah. So they are linguists, you know. So I was doing this serial with Harish Vimani back in the days when the afternoon transmissions used to come.
Yeah.
तो एक वो serial थी जो we were doing that serial. So Rekha is a half Maharashtrian. So she told me this is where Maharashtrians get caught. So मुझे right in the beginning of my career, I met right people who corrected me and brought this to my notice where we go wrong. Once you know, you will not make that mistake again. That's how I learned.
We'd love to keep talking to you.
Another one thing about this Hindi thing. एक तो बिल्कुल ग्रामेटिकली गलत है. आप जा रहे हो, आप आओ, आप बैठो. करेक्ट है? तो करेक्ट क्या है? अबे तुसी आओ, it's in Punjabi. That is in Punjabi, तुसी आओ. But that cannot be translated to Hindi and say आप आओ. आप कहाँ जा रहे हो? ये गलत है. आप आइए, बैठिए, तशरीफ रखिए.
This is something we hear in Goa very often because unfortunately in Konkani there is not too much of a tumi. Tumi ha shabd theoda hai. It's more of tu because it's supposed to be like, you show a lot of affection to somebody. So including you even call your father-in-law tu. That's the way the language is structured. So when people from Goa they leave and they go out from Goa and maybe in a Mumbai bus somebody say ticket there. That person says what do you mean ticket there? He gets really wild and offended. It's been really, really interesting, and I think more than your personality as an actor, what you share about your spirituality has been extremely, extremely illuminating. And so I'm just gonna say thank you to you in a different way.
We have to take some.
Yeah, before we open it out to the audience. दिल दे चुके सनम तेरे हो गए हैं हम तेरी कसम Thank you so much. And now we'll open the floor to the audience. Please do share your names and we'll come across with the mic to you. Thank you.
May I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Please? Yeah.
Sanjog, please use the mic.
Some alarm going on.
So somebody else will come. My come. But I'm not.
First, I would like to congratulate you, Smita ji, for such a lovely talk. Your one-liners were so good, which really stuck me. Now I can't remember offhand, but they just went inside. I would like to ask you a personal question, if I may do so. At what age did you read that book?
At what age
Did you read that first?
That's philosophical book?
Yeah.
I was, I think, 26, 27 years old.
And after how long did you realize that spirituality had struck you? Some incident or some?
No, that's another myth. Thanks for asking this question. people think that you have to undergo a trauma or some kind of a thing like that, then you realize the worth of life and all that stuff. It's a myth.
No. I'm saying that you started doing all this spirituality practices, whatever. But when did you realize that? How did you handle some incident, a way a normal person would do, and how you reacted? When did you realize that I have imbibed this spirituality in me?
It's an ongoing process. You can't say, I have now, I'm there, I've achieved it. I still can't say that. It's an ongoing process. Spirituality is an ongoing process. Transformation is an ongoing process. Okay? But as you go along with life, the way the way you look at life, आपका दृष्टिकोण जो है, to look at life, that changes.
And do you realize it first, or do the people around you?
I don't care about the people. It's about my life is about me. I don't care whether people realize it or not. I'm not impressing anybody else. But I'll tell you, my brother passed away when I was 49 years old. It was a very sad thing. It's not that I'm not sad about it. I was very sad about it. I was very hurt about it. My only brother, younger brother, who died. But then, now when I look at it, I know he's in a better place. I do this auto writing. I don't know if you know about auto writing, automatic writing. It's connected to the souls who passed over. Right? Yeah. So that's called automatic writing. So when I connected with him, he says that he was in a very, very nice, good space. He's a very happy person, very happy soul. So मेरा दृष्टिकोण हर चीज की तरफ देखने का वो बदल गया है. I will not make a judgment. That has completely gone. I'm not insecure. Being in the film industry, you don't get a call every day, nobody sort of asking for you or something like that. Actors can get very insecure. Even on the set, they're very insecure. I don't have that feeling at all.
And another thing which I, personally I have heard this from many people is that when you go to higher levels of spirituality, the biggest thing which you have to do and which you can attain higher levels in spirituality is cut off your emotional bonds. Now,
No.
is it practical? Because many people, they just cut off the less you.
There's a difference between detachment and indifference. You can't be indifferent to a person. You can be detached. When you're detached, there is love. Indifference is because you don't care. वो बंदा है नहीं है कुछ फर्क. It's not that. Spirituality, in fact, makes you more loving. प्रेम जागृत होता है. Every spiritual person you see, right from Lord Krishna, there's so much love, there's so much compassion. How can you detach?
Yeah,
How
that's
can
so true. Yeah, because that's practically impossible.
You should not. ये गलत है. रोना नहीं है, गुस्सा नहीं होना है. That's another very big thing. People think you're into spirituality. How do you get angry like that? Hello? We have so many of our saints who've been angry, saints and all that.
Yeah, that's
So Sai Baba was himself angry. Swami Samartha केवढे बापरे त्यांना राग येतो. म्हणजे त्यांचे प्रेम नव्हतं का? असं नाही आहे. People have misunderstood the whole thing. So that they actually hit on a weakness. You're a spiritual person, you get angry? I said, yes, I do get angry. Because it's required for me to be angry here. But the anger is not, there's no charge inside. I'm not carrying that anger. Till the next time I meet you. Then I lash it to you. Last time you did this to me. वो नहीं है. It's finished at that point in time. It's over. But you got to. I mean, your staff will sit on your head and dance on your head if you don't shoot them. ऐसे चलेगा बच्ची को नहीं डांटना है क्या आपको? How? I mean, spare a child, spare a rod and spoil a child? Is that what you want to do? Does that mean that a mother doesn't love the child if she shouts at the child or punishes the child? Is it like that? No. So these are myths of spirituality. ये गलत है, गलत धारणा है. Eating non-vegetarian. ये एक बहुत बड़ा बाप रे बवंडर है.
You clarify that it's eat everything. Because that's the
You should see that video of mine. My God, I got trolled for it so badly on this. आपका दृष्टिकोण होना चाहिए. दृष्टिकोण के ऊपर है वो वीडियो. वो देखो क्या हमारी what all people have said about me. They are interstate fights also. चलो उधर है लोग का जो भी है. गलत धारणा है, बिल्कुल गलत धारणा है.
And to end it up, I would say in this today's world, what is most important being a doctor, I would say, is the mental health. Because the cause of all these diseases increasing and all these carcinogens, so many carcinogens are, main thing is the stress. And I feel with this way of living which you have advocated, I would really love to do that. I don't know when, but wherever.
Tomorrow is a myth, my dear.
That's true. That's true. Before tomorrow.
Before tomorrow.
Tomorrow never comes.
And just to continue with what she spoke, so when we would discuss this, would you also work with inner child healing? Because I think as she spoke of mental health, the basic crux of the matter starts with the wounded inner child.
It all depends on, when I see the person, I feel this child needs, this person needs an inner child treatment or family constellation or some other thing. But I don't go on the modality as much as I would say transformation would work. All these things are taken care of by that one formula. All that. So modalities, though I've done 36 modalities, so much I've learned, I don't use it all the time. First you become, you are transformed, you're sorted for life. Even now I'm a grandmaster in Reiki. I never practiced Reiki. I feel if your inside of you is clear, you can heal just sitting like this. एक दूसरे के आमने सामने वो heal हो जाता है सामने वाला. Because you are vibrating on another level. You don't have to actually do anything. You know these modalities like Reiki. Why I don't like Reiki? I'm sorry, am I not boring you, right? So why I gave up Reiki after doing so much? It became a bazaar. Every Tom, Dick and Harry was doing Reiki. They were teaching. They were instructors. I've met some of these instructors and I can scan immediately when I look at you, I know where your chakras are. ये खुद के इनके चक्रस ठीक नहीं है, वो सामने वाले के चक्रस कैसे ओपन करेंगे? दूसरा, this is a myth that you can open somebody else's chakras. You cannot, guys.
And you can send so far in America.
No, you can send it. Distant healing is happening. That happens. Distant healing happens, that's for sure. But you cannot open somebody else's chakras. Only a spiritual master can do it. No human being can do it. Please don't fall for these gimmicks when they say आपकी कुंडलिनी को राइज करेंगे, आपका थोड़ा ओपन करेंगे. नहीं होता ये सब. It is your own effort which will work. Only. आपकी हैसियत ही नहीं है इतनी. कुंडलिनी is not some बच्चों का खेल. You know what the कुंडलिनी शक्ति is when it rises, what happens? The person will not be able to handle it. ये गलत है धारणा है. All wrong, all rubbish. And this is the reason why I gave up Reiki, is because all these people, you come here, I will open your chakras, and I say, what? Open your chakras, hello? It's not a care, yeah?
I want to contribute, but I don't contribute to it because I'm also a Reiki Grandmaster and I do teach. And I think 80% of the people who come to me have been wrongly attuned because they don't have the energy flowing. But technically, when we do an attunement, there is a shift.
Attunement, not
Yes.
opening the chakras.
Attunement.
Attunement. Not opening chakras. There's a difference between this.
Absolutely. So I just wanted to know, do you do personal sessions one-on-one and...
This is one-on-one which I'm talking of.
Okay.
This is one-on-one.
The 50
Yes.
The 50 sessions. It's one-on-one. It's not in a class.
Oh, it's not a group.
No. It's absolutely one-on-one because I want to
Okay.
see you every time, every week.
Okay. So then you will decide as we are and then you will give us...
Yes, I see whatever is happening.
Okay.
It's one-on-one.
Okay.
No class was. I don't believe in all of that. Because I want to see you transform.
One question. How do you answer about this ancestral? Like sometimes you get dreams, which is really you can feel something whereby some ancestors tell you something. Maybe I have experienced. How do you explain it? I have actually experienced it.
It is to each his own. If you have experienced it and you feel your experience is so live and so powerful,
Very live and powerful, and it does happen.
yeah,
Like just give you a simple example that many times many things have happened, but I'll tell you a joke like example. Once I dreamt that in my sister's house that her son fell down from height like that. Then I told my sister that I drank it because many times earlier things have happened. Because when it so happened that a thief had jumped from there that day and hid under the car. It means I'm telling it happened, I tell and it happened. So I have experienced one thing. When I tell that and some action is taken, then things become good. Otherwise something, so I have some different feeling. How do you explain that? And how do I handle
It is
it?
also possible.
And it pains me. Okay, I
Yeah,
get
correct.
pain in my
Correct.
Yeah.
So it happens that your third eye could be also a vegan. Secondly,
I get too much of pain before that, before the thing.
so it could be one of the reasons. I don't know. It could be one. Secondly, you could be very intuitive, highly intuitive.
Yeah.
But if that is the thing, you need to be grounded.
But then pains me.
Correct, it will, because when you see some future and something like that just happen, it is because you don't know how to handle it. You need to be grounded. Your Muladhara has to be grounded. When it is grounded and then if this is open, you're fine. The whole balance has to happen. It does happen sometimes that your Kundalini Shakti rises and gets stuck here. Very dangerous thing. If it gets stuck here. Because it has not gone through the chakras. It has jumped and come here. So some people get this, some people get hallucinations. And when you get hallucinations, sometimes it is termed as bipolar or schizophrenia. I have cured 2-3 patients like this in their earlier stages of schizophrenia. Because the third eye has gone.
Because not now, right from childhood I am doing this, not now. Earlier I never understood what it is. But I started understanding when it was really happening, but then I was getting scared.
Correct.
Yeah.
I would advise you should do chakra dhyana every day.
What?
Chakra meditation.
Chakra meditation.
You need to be
But
grounded.
it is reduced. When I get dreams of
No, don't reduce it.
exercise.
You should don't reduce. Don't do anything to reduce it. You do your chakra dhyana.
Chakra dhyana.
Yeah, you.
We'd love to ask more questions, but okay, one last question we'll take now because we're really running short of time.
We went beyond time.
A little bit, but that's okay.
Good. I'm glad.
My question is really away from spirituality. You spoke about Maitri board
Yeah.
for first standard to 8th standard.
Yeah.
Whatever sanskar they are going to get in school, they will not be followed at home. So, is there any possibility of creating some sanskar for parents also? Because parents are over-parenting children these days. They need to be treated more than children.
Yeah. But the child spends more time in the school than at home.
Yes, but then he will carry that sanskar at home which is not there at home.
No, the balance will happen. Somewhere it has to happen. Now, you say
There has to be some transformation for parents also.
अभी पेरेंट्स का हमने नहीं निकाला है. It's about the teachers and the child at the moment. Just some parents are talking, but अगर बच्चों के पेरेंट्स का संस्कार अच्छा होता है, that doesn't mean his child his schooling will be.
It should go parallel.
Correct. So, for the time being, what is taught in school, and it is not religion or spirituality based.
Understood. Yes.
So, the child spends more time in the school than at home.
Correct.
So, somewhere it has started, it will reflect on the other side also. It will reflect, vice versa. The parents have no time to give sanskar to the children today. That's why this is happening.
But they also need some sanskar.
The children will probably pass.
Yeah.
No, if the parent, our parents took so much care of us.
Yes.
So we were proper, right? Parents को time ही नहीं है आजकल बच्चों की तरफ देखने की. So वो problem वो है. So at least स्कूल में तो है ना वो लोग. स्कूल में तो शुरू करो. Parents of today don't have time for children. Nuclear families, no? पहले दादा नानी दादा दादी वो सब कहानियाँ वगैरह सुना के वो सब होता था. अभी आजकल कुछ भी नहीं. अभी done?
One last question, please.
Yeah.
So then, how do you balance the inner and outer world? The way you said that inner and outer world, how do you balance it in daily life?
As I said, you have to undergo a process. You can't do it like that. अभी मैंने जो बोला, you try to pull it, you will not. You get frustrated. नहीं होता. It has to be a shift, and that happens because of the process. You can't act to be good. You can't act to be loving. You have to become loved. So how to become loved is undergoing a process. Now wine cannot become grapes again. So it is a process that you have to undergo. तो अभी आज जो भी मैंने बोला आप 1-2 दिन को ध्यान में रखेंगे उसके बाद में कौन भूल till you start कि नहीं मुझे ये करना है मेरे साथ ये होना ही चाहिए I have to be a different I don't want to live with this क्लेश जो अंदर कुछ चल रहा है इसने ऐसा बोला उसने ऐसा किया वो सब नहीं चाहिए my sister not did this my mother did that my father did that whole day we are sitting and looking what is she wearing क्या है ऐसी जिंदगी गुजारनी है क्या she's isn't there a question from the guys? Come on, I would like to have some interaction from the men.
So amongst the lucky few men who are sitting here.
3 of them only, I think.
Yes, that's why it's a lucky few.
3, 4.
One thing I would like to say is that other than my mother, who I think is the most beautiful woman, I would have really loved to have you as my mom. In all the pictures I've seen. So the only question I would ask you is, do you have a favorite maa wala look?
Maa wala look.
Maa wala dialogue.
Maa wala mera dialogue.
Do you have a favorite after doing so many roles? Because one of the things that my sister who is younger than me and much more successful than me keeps throwing things at me and I keep telling me, "Mere paas maa hai." So, do you have a favorite dialogue?
If I were you, मेरे पास माँ है, you should say मेरे पास राजमा है. No, I don't have any such dialogue where you can sort of. But whenever Devdas वाला हम दिल्ली को तो my entry scene, हाँ, my entry scene that was really. When we were doing Hum Dil Gaye Chukki Sanam, that was the first day of my shoot when we shot that scene where Salman, I meet Salman for the first time. I don't know if you remember that scene. तो वो पानी में टैका हुआ कुछ आता है वगैरह नीला वगैरह and I do Aarti or something for him and he says Aarti you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen आप बहुत खूबसूरत हैं something like that तो say हाँ मैं जानती हूँ so he looks at me but normally people say yeah thank you so I look at him मेरे पति भी यही कहते हैं that was I was arguing with Sanjay ji and I said how can you say something like that so impertinent it sounds when I say yeah मैं जानती हूँ you know you say मतलब पहला दिन ही I didn't want to argue with him जैसे बाबा ये बोल रहा है जो कर रहा है करना है मेरा favorite dialogue of Devdas which I like is that confrontation scene between Kiran Kher and me when I throw that kumkum off and all उसमें बड़े लंबे उसके भी डायलॉग लंबे हैं मेरे भी डायलॉग लंबे हैं उसमें एक लाइन थी वो डायलॉग हम जमींदार हैं मच्छी खाते हैं लेकिन कांटे को हलक में फंसने नहीं देते कभी Yes. Done? Yes. Done for the day? Happy? Yes. Yes. अरे मैंने बताया ना आपको वो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन इसके You have to undergo a process. You can't फटाक से एक ऐसे चुटकी बजा के कुछ हो जाता नहीं होता.
No was not well today.
Yes.
And, right. We're taking a lot of lessons back from this entire interaction. And I must say that I had come with the perception to listen to that Zamindana dialogue from her because it is the most favorite scene of mine from Devdas and of the mother role that I've seen, in fact. And but today, as I leave and I'm here to say give a thank you note, I must admit that we are taking a very different perception of Mrs. Smita ji. And thanks a lot for sharing all the insights that you have shared with us today. Unless we were crunched for time, I'm sure we all would like the evening to continue the way it has been continuing with the heartfelt interaction and such an honest and brutal interaction, I must say, because she was brutally like, oh film, badi bakwas film thi hai. You know, it takes courage to admit it. So it shows that अंदर में कुछ भी क्लेश
सच्चाई छुप नहीं सकती.
Exactly. So and छुपानी भी नहीं चाहिए, which you are so gracefully honest, you know, I must admit. So I, Shruti Jaiswal Jayakar, SAS woman of Goa, would like to thank our esteemed guest, Mrs. Smita Jayakar ji, for helping us understand about life, about ourselves, and probably helping all of us to connect with ourselves in the coming days and starting our journey. And also Mrs. Vaishali Joshi, who helped us, see the different side of Mrs. Smita Jayakar today, and also took a beautiful conversation today evening with us. I would also like to thank our hospitality and venue courtesy, Siddharth Goa, media partners Lokmat, and the unwavering support of all the SAS women of Goa. Prabha Khaitan Foundation promotes cross-cultural state understanding and the unity and appreciation of the rich cultural heritage across India. In this context, we are pleased to felicitate the author with a giveaway made in the beautiful Dokra. Dokra is a non-ferrous metal. It's beautifully molded and artisanally crafted. Owing its name to the Dora Lomar tribe of West Bengal, this ancient bell metal craft practice is practiced in West Bengal. I would now call upon Mr. Ranjit Philippos, Senior Vice President of ICL Goa, to felicitate Mrs. Smita Jayakar. Could you please give the mic to
Thank you. Thank you.
I said I'd take a picture with you. I promise you I won't kiss you.
Thanks a lot for having a beautiful conversation with us today, and I would also like to thank the audience to take out the special time and making it today, and we hope to see you again. And before you all leave, we would request you to get your own books signed by Mrs. Smita Jayakar. Thanks a lot. Jai Hind.